Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Do you actually know DaVinci have 12 frame print emulation LUTs built in? Yeah, I mean no plugin, no download, they're just there, waiting to be used. But here is the deal, using them wrongly is one of the easiest way to make your footage look like a muddy mess. And if you ever slap one of these and you thought, this doesn't look like a film look at all, well, I have been there, and I'll tell you for free. It's not nice. So, DaVinci actually give us 12 of these LUTs, 6 being a Rec.709 and 6 being a DCI-P3 version. And if you ever think of dropping any of these on the node, and you're thinking dialing back the intensity is the right way to do this, I'll tell you, it won't work. Your footage is gonna look like a burnt cake. So, and why did I say that? These LUTs are not just your average creative look. They are built in a specific way. And if you don't feed them with the right color space and gamma, they turn your footage into a weird science project. Let me show you how to do this properly. So, on my timeline, I've got some log footage from the project I've done. So, and these are shot on Sony A7S III using a S-Log3 profile. So if I come onto the color page, what we do first is we convert this into a Rec.709. And I have a video where I talked about how to convert your log into a Rec.709 using a color space transform. So I'll put the video up there so that you can watch in details how to do this. But for the sake of this tutorial, I'm just going to do like a quick transform. So if I come on to the effects channel and then effect panel and search for color space, so I pull it down. I just do what the camera is shot on, which is Sony. S-Log3, and our timeline is Rec.709. So, and by the way, if you're working on a Mac, because I'm using a window, that's why this is like that. So, but if I'm working on a Mac, I will want to change my color management from the setting I have here into a Rec.709A to have the actual color when you export out. So for those on Mac, this is what you choose when you're setting up your project. But because I'm working on a window, I choose this to have a true color of the monitor. So that's that. So from here, what we can now do is try to convert our Rec.709 into whatever output these LUTs are made on. So on a normal day, what you do with the regular creative LUT is to drag one of these onto your node, and then you dial down the intensity. So if I do something like that, you can see the harshness, like it's just not right. So even if I dial it down, it's still not right. What we can now do is, if I go on any of these LUTs and right click to open the file location, and if I right click again and then open with a notepad, depending on what you're using, so I'm presented with the input for this LUT, so which is Cineon Log. So that means I'll be converting my Rec.709 back to or Cineon log. That way, whenever I apply the LUT again, it's going to give me what I'm looking for as in the right film look. So I'm going to close this down and open effect, the conversion CST. So Rec.709. So the only thing I'm changing here is the output gamma, and because we know this was on Cineon Film Log, this is what we'll be picking. So as you can see, this conversion has taken our Rec.709 back to a Cineon log. So if we add a new node and then apply our LUTs now, we'll have a clean footage. So by the way, all these ones are the other ones, like the Kodak and the Fuji film. They are all different, a white point. But for me personally, I like to use this particular one, 32383 DD5 D55, sorry. So if I put this on, see the difference. Before, the face was burnt and all of that. So we're going to bring back our highlights from our primary adjustment, but for now this is what we have and it's looking good. So going forward, if I'm to dial back the key output, it's going to work, but because I would like to control the conversion as well, so what I'll do in this case is highlight both of them and then make them into a compound node. So now that I've created a compound node, I can now reduce the intensity and then gives me what I'm looking for. So if I leave it there, so if I come to the first node which has nothing, so I can just do a basic correction. So if we put, and let's get our black near the zeros and bring back our highlights just a little bit because it's clipping. So let's use again. See, so we can have some of the blues back. So, and then we compensate it back with the gamma just to pop our subject. So it's not bad. So we have a clean LUT conversion. So from there, we're pretty much done. So all I can do is now put the, if I want, I can then use the film grain. So first off, create another node, put the film grain. So let's use 35. So let's increase it just a little bit and probably a little bit of gain. Yeah, so let's add one more, maybe elation, but we don't actually need this bar. Let's just, not too much, not too much. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do now is apply it to the rest of the footage on the timeline to see what So this is how you actually apply the LUT in the right way, with no arcs, no LUT pack, just a smart node and color space transform. Please like, comment. On to the next one. Peace.